Hello, everyone. We want to take this opportunity to say thank you. As you grow at the Golden Boot, so do our needs, but we cannot do it without you. We ask that you continue to like our posts, share our content, and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, and other social media platforms. You may also visit thegoldenboot.com for the latest merch. If you would like to make a financial donation, you can do so through Cash App at @GoldenBoot or through PayPal at paypal.me/GoldenBoot. We look forward to bringing you more laughs, knowledge, and entertainment. And again, thank you for your endless support. Sincerely and respectfully, the Golden Boot team.
The views and opinions expressed in the Golden Boot podcast are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Golden Boot podcast as a whole.
Y'all ready to get rolling? Quiet on the set. Hey, welcome back to another edition of the Golden Boot. It's your boy Pooh Bear. I got my man Aunt Petty Murphy in the building. We got Daniel D. Williams in the building. And fellas, the Army goes rolling along. How y'all doing this evening?
It's all Daniel's fault. It's all Daniel's fault, man.
How is it my fault?
Because you went for Navy, bro.
Oh.
I told you when you was like, I'm going for Navy just because I said you just ruined it. And sure enough, they fumbled at the 1 yard line thanks to you. Sorry your fault, bro. Sorry your fault, bro. And I'm on behalf of my boy Nick, I had to make sure that I let you know that you blew it for the entire Navy, bro.
I'm sorry. My bad, Nick.
Hey,
my bad, Navy.
I just want to say, because the Petty gonna keep going. The Navy and them seamen been blowing it for a long time. No pause.
No pause.
None. My little
Y'all
brother.
got lucky, man.
My little brother in the Navy. Ain't no luck.
Y'all got lucky, man. That man fumbled it. Y'all blocked the punt. That's the only way y'all can score, man. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Don't make me go there now. They
ain't got mad left. Nah, just playing. Hey, this old vet popped in and said it's going to be okay. The country was going to win either way.
Yeah, ain't nobody trying to hear that right now, though. You right though, but ain't nobody trying to hear that right now.
Oh man. But
you wouldn't took your time out. You wouldn't took your time out for being blowing the game for Navy. That's what that was.
Man. I had to go repent. My bad.
All right. We'll get to that game a little bit more later on. But let's jump into it. LSU. We talked last week about players we thought would come back. We named off about 5 at first, and I said I think we're going 5 for 5. Well, I'm 0-1 already. BJ Ojulari announced today with a heartfelt letter and a message to LSU fans via social media, he is headed to the NFL. Congratulations to him. Many thought he was going to leave when Arik Gilbert was leaving back in 2020. They said he was going to leave out. You know, they were best friends. They went to the same high school together. He's going to go to Georgia, be with his brother, all that. So, yeah, but congratulations to him for sticking through it, you know what I'm saying, having a storied career and being and representing the number 18 very well.
Right. Now, I would say, too, BJ had an excellent career at LSU. I kind of hated that he's leaving. I was hoping that he would have stayed just to kind of turn the tide just a little bit. But, man, BJ's a first-round pick, in my opinion. There's no need. There's nothing else that he needs to prove to anyone else. So I think he's doing the right decision for him in his career. Hate it as a fan, but I can only respect it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah. With him going to the draft, what do you think his draft odds are? Saying, where does he stand?
He a first round pick, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Yep.
I mean, it might not be top 15 or nothing like that. He might go to a good situation on the back end of the first round, but I think that's where he ends up is on the first round.
I think if he comes up, has an excellent pro day, he has the opportunity to be top 10. I do.
I think he's
Hey,
top 15.
yeah, you need them elite pass rushers, man.
I think he's top 15.
And he is that.
I do want to say, does it remind anybody of like his freshman year? So he got hot against Missouri, had those 3 sacks. Does that remind anybody of Harold Perkins in a way? Or does Harold Perkins remind you of that in a way?
Not
I
to
know,
me.
I know.
I think the way Harold Perkins looked doing it just looked
Okay,
different.
gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, BJ was always to me an underrated guy on our team.
Mhm.
I know when you listen to the broadcast, they always talk about him, but as far as the fan base, I feel like he doesn't really get the love he deserves sometimes because we so used to BJ being, that guy on the DN that's gonna do his job. But
Right.
I think he one of the guys. Whenever you look back, 10 years later, you're gonna be like, yeah, that dude had a hell of a career for LSU.
Mhm. And I think he's gonna have a better pro career, honestly.
Yeah, depending
I
on the
do.
situation he goes to, and it
Yeah,
ends
that
up
is true.
going, in the back end. If he goes in the back end of that first round, he might go to a better situation, which could help his career, kind of like
That is
Patrick
true.
Queen did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Still don't forget the Saints for that.
I agree.
Transfer portal. Transfer portal giveth, and the transfer portal taketh away. That need to be on the shirt. This week we saw it opened up transfer portal. We talked about this a little bit on Thursday. Cam Wire has entered his name into the transfer portal as well. So to date, here are some of the names that are in the transfer portal from LSU. You got Cam Wire, Kobe Fields, Cole Taylor, Desmond Little. That one still hurts. Radar Jones, Demarius McGee, Jack Besh, Antoine Sampa, Philip Webb, and that is it. Jordan Toe's name is on here as well, but he did that in August, and he's at Morgan State balling out. So
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, Cam Wire, hey, he had plenty of opportunity to kind of showcase what he could do. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. But I hope wherever he lands next that he's given an opportunity to show that he's definitely talented. So
Yeah, I think whenever Emory Jones came in and took over that starting spot on the right tackles, I think that was kind of the writing on the wall for him at
right.
LSU. He kind of realized that his job had kind of been taken in a sense, and when you look at the guys we got coming in next year, it's just going to be that many more people he's got to compete with. So I don't really blame the guy. He had a great career here too. When you look at some of the things that he's been able to do here, he started a lot of games here. And so I think he's gonna go somewhere and be able to play and be a good contributor wherever he goes.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. This old vet actually makes the comment, says best wishes to all of them. As long as we get equal or better talent than we lost, I'm good. So that leads me to the next question. Who do you want from the portal?
I already told y'all I want Thompson
The
from
boy
A&M.
yeah.
I want the defensive tackle from A&M. That's what I want.
Yeah. Before Chris get up in here, I already know who you want,
Denver
Chris.
Harris.
Right.
Please.
I
But,
take Cypress. But I think he's going to Ohio State, the cornerback from Virginia. It's a lot of smoke about him going to Ohio State. But they got the center from Cincinnati. There's a corner from Cincinnati. I'll take both of them. And I take
I want the linebacker from Oregon.
just
Flo.
I like Flo.
he ain't really done nothing.
I like him.
I take the cornerback from Cincinnati, Hardaway. I take him. I take Adelier, the Tumanese, the guy you talking about.
Mhm.
And where's the guy? Where's the oh and Rara from Mississippi State, the return guy.
Mm.
Yeah.
What about Kyrie Jackson from Alabama? What?
I don't know him.
He's a defensive back. That's an
Just
important.
because he went to Alabama, I don't mean he ain't really done nothing.
Of
Yeah.
course.
So Hardaway is the cornerback from Cincinnati you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Mhm.
Yep. I want him for sure.
Yeah, I see the I'm looking. Dominique Lovett
Yeah.
from Missouri. I wouldn't mind having him. And yeah.
Hey, then you got look at his name, Rivaldo Fairweather. He's a tight end from FIU. I mean, he's ranked pretty high. So it'd be good. I know they need some more tight ends. So I wouldn't be surprised if they pull a trigger on a couple of those guys also.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to let me get to the place I need to be so I can really tell you who I think we need. Because I think you named the guy Tomise, yeah, whatever.
Adelier.
Yeah, I can't even. I ain't gonna even try for that.
We need to learn his name if you're gonna be on our roster in the fall. So
They'll pronounce it. We'll get it then. We'll get it there. I'm looking, man. I'm trying to see.
The defensive lineman from Western Michigan, I think. I can't remember his name. Braden something other. What's his dude name?
I don't see him on here. I don't see him on the list.
did he take his name out of there?
No, because if he did, his name would still be in there. It'll just have
it'll have him going back to the school.
Yeah. I don't know, because it's McCullough from Indiana going to Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, and this kind of scares me because of where he comes from. But I don't think he may not necessarily be bad though. Levi Bell from Texas State.
TSU?
No, not Texas Southern. Texas State.
Texas State.
It's Bobcats.
Yeah.
Sunbelt School.
Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, we took a guy from UL last year.
That's true. The guy from Coastal Carolina, Josiah Edwards, I'd take him too.
Yeah. Okay.
Pass rush. He kind of undersized. I think he like 235 or something like that. But that boy can get after the pass.
They can bulk him up.
And with BJ gone, that's a guy you might be able to kind of come in and get some production from.
Yeah, I think you need to overstock on offensive linemen, tight ends, defensive linemen, cornerbacks.
More, give me D tackles and linebackers, right? I mean, not linebackers. D and defensive backs. Give me D tackles and defensive backs. And
I'm with you right there.
And tight end.
I'm good with building on what we got at tight end from either from the high school level.
I mean, you only got one scholarship tight end, and you only got one in this class, so you're gonna need at least one. You're gonna need at least one in the portal. But yeah, I mean, I D tackle and DB.
Is Max Burn? He's a senior.
Max Burn, and I think he gone, bro.
That's what I'm saying. He's a senior.
Yeah, Mason Taylor, your only scholarship tight end right now, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you want somebody that can be able to block and help, if anything.
You just need bodies, bro. Mason Taylor can't be on, and then I know you got Markaway coming in, but you can't have two tight ends.
Yeah, you definitely need more.
Just saying.
You got that guy from Cincinnati though that they offered who decommitted from Cincinnati. a 3-star tight end. So I'm sure you're gonna have more than just
Right.
Markway in the high school class. But
Joe, who we offered a few days ago? Who you talking about? Oh, Kyron Bars.
Oh.
But yeah,
Okay, got 2 years eligibility left. He can. Okay, they're talking about
Josiah.
Josiah Edwards. Okay,
Mhm.
let me ask this: the transfer portal window that was instituted this year, that prevents players from just jumping in the portal. I mean, technically, it prevents them from jumping in the portal. Do y'all like it?
I like the fact that it's at the end of the season. If I'm gonna be honest, I feel like it does take away from bowl season though. Just being honest, because you're gonna have a lot of guys that jump in the portal that could
You
be
had that
playing in
anyway.
bowl games. That's
You
true.
had that anyway.
Yeah, but not as much.
You had it
What's the
last year.
Okay, wait.
I'm saying in
Hold
general.
on. You didn't. You're right. You didn't have as much because they were jumping in the portal before the season.
Before
So
the
they
season,
weren't
Right.
jumping in at the end of. So I mean, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing. Same net.
I'm
It's
talking
the
about.
same
I
net.
didn't like it last year. I don't like it right now. I think if you're gonna do this, you need to do it at the end of bowl season.
Then the
That's
only way
not-
you could the only way you can do that is to get rid of early signing period.
That's just my 2 cents. You
I
asked me about
understand. I
You asked me
understand.
if I like it. I don't
I'm
like it.
just, all right. I'm just letting you know the only way that it's gonna change is if you get rid of early signing period.
Right, which we know that's not going to change, and I
Yeah,
don't think they're
so,
going
man.
to change the transfer window. I still don't like it.
I like the transfer window just because we don't see people leaving during the middle of the season.
Yeah.
Right.
If you opt out, you opt out. But
It could have been, yeah, true. But I mean, if you opt out, there ain't too many people opting out and staying on campus for the rest of the season and into the portal. Maybe 1 or 2 guys. But last year we saw plenty of people entering the portal during the season. That could have been us, this year if the window, wasn't there, then he wouldn't have been able to play in the SEC championship game. So I think the fact that you forced them to kind of wait the season out gives some people a chance to reconsider, or circumstances change based off injury or whatever the case may be, and now guys end up not entering the portal, or they get to see the writing on the wall and enter the portal at the end of the season. I like it.
yeah. Hey, Chris H asked, did we mention Tavion Galloway? He is 2024, so
Yeah,
that's why
it's a little while for he'll be here.
David Gardner brings up a great point. What's up, Dave, from Down South Football Podcast? He says that's going to be interesting once the playoff expands.
That's true.
That's definitely going to be interesting because that's going to.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
That's just 8 teams. That's 8 more teams. That's probably not going to have that many people into the portal.
Hold up. Here go Red. He said, I hate the portal. Either you are a professional or an amateur. College football is not what it should be. Get off my lawn.
I like it.
I get it, but at the same time, so
what
I
are
like
they?
it. I like it. I like
what
it.
are
I
they
don't
then?
like it.
So what are they then?
College athletes, amateur athletes.
So the amateur athletes,
they still get paid,
but they're not.
Then they're professional.
Okay, well, call them professional athletes now.
So
here's my thing.
Athletes. Here's my thing. Whether you so because like when people said that about like it's usually my thing. Ray Allen when he chose to go leave Boston, and people's like, I don't like that he changed. But here's my thing: if you don't like your job or your situation, no matter what your profession is, are you not able to? Put in a 2 weeks notice or quit or however you want to do it and leave and go find something better.
Yep.
What's the difference?
This is college football, and this is not your career.
Okay.
How is it?
You're only there for 4 years.
Okay.
And you're trying to.
Let me ask you this.
Let me finish because this still sticks with the same example. If you're in a job and you don't like your situation,
I think the best thing if you don't like your major, you can go change your major.
You can go to a different school for no penalty. So why? Because they play football, do they not get to switch schools? I switched schools plenty of times when I was in college. Nobody said nothing about it. But because I didn't play football, it's something different. No.
Yeah.
No,
because you're
there's
held to a
nothing
higher
different.
standard.
No, you're
And
not.
I'm paying.
Okay.
No,
If
I
yes, you are.
was on an academic scholarship. I had a
Okay.
scholarship just like they have a scholarship. What's the difference?
Do you get special perks for being a student at the
If
college
you're
you
on,
went to?
if you're on academic scholarship, you have special dorms and all that kind of stuff just for certain academic people. Yes, you do have certain perks. So tell me what's the difference?
It's a big difference between being a
No, there's
college
not.
athlete. What?
No, there's
being
not, bro.
And you're not about to sit up here and argue and say there's not a difference between a college athlete
So
and
so
a
they should be
student.
treated different. So they should be treated different.
They
That's
are
what you're
treated
telling me.
different. They are treated different, bro.
So they
What are
should
you
be
talking about?
stuck. So they should not be able to leave schools just because they're treated different. Because they play a sport, they should have to be stuck at a school that they decided to go to whenever they was 18 years old.
They should have rules and regulations.
They do have rules and regulations.
It should be stricter.
Based off what? Why?
Based off a lot of things.
Because
Because
you don't want your favorite player to leave a school.
No, because you're 18
so-
years old.
Okay.
And a lot of those kids can go put themselves in worse situations. Just
Okay,
because
that's their
but
choice.
listen.
The
Just
grass
because-
ain't always greener. That's part of life, bro.
All right, okay. All right. Just because you're not playing as a freshman, that doesn't mean that you can't come on your junior and senior year and give significant playing time.
Okay, but what if that is their choice on whether or not they want to stick it out and wait those 2 years, or if they want to take the risk of going somewhere else or trying to go somewhere else?
I'm saying 18 and
doesn't matter,
19-year-olds do not make the best decision. 20, 21-year-olds
but
don't
they
make
should
the best decision.
they should be able to make the decisions that they want to make and live with the consequences of that decision. If that means they enter the portal and don't get a scholarship, they got to live with the consequences of their
They
decision.
have to live. Yep, they have to live on making terrible decisions.
Everybody
And
else does.
that can scar them for the rest of their
Everybody
life.
else does. Every other college student has to make decisions and live with the consequences of it. Why should they be any different?
Hey, so Daniel, you're saying everything you're saying is saying they have to live with the you're saying the negative side. What about those people who leave and go to a better situation?
Yeah, but what about those kids? What about those kids who are? What about those kids who not Trey Palmer?
Okay, all right.
It's a risk you got to take,
risk
bro.
you take.
It's just like people who quit their job going to look for a better job and don't find one.
Buy Joe Burrow, buy Trace Cole.
Wait, wasn't Joe Burrow? He was a graduate transfer, wasn't he?
He's transferred.
He's
a graduate. That's a difference.
Okay, so it's a difference. Okay, so all right. Let's see. Makai
wasn't a freshman.
Does it matter when you transfer?
Guys, let me ask you a question.
So
hold on 1 second. If Emory Jones right now was to transfer, or how would you guys feel?
Oh well, good for him.
I don't like this.
Good for him, bro.
Okay.
I wouldn't like it for LSU, but for him, if that's the decision he wants to make, good for him and best of luck to him in his future.
So it goes back to my point.
You just don't like it because you don't want players to leave LSU. That's all it is.
I don't like it in general. I think it's stupid.
But okay. But you literally,
bro.
Yes, it is.
Have you not
stupid, bro?
It's bro. What are you teaching? Let me ask you. What are you teaching kids?
That they're in charge of their own life and that they can make the decisions that they want to make with their life, and they have the consequences of that decision.
I
got one. Daniel, you said, what are you teaching kids?
Yes.
When you change jobs, what are you teaching your kids?
What do you mean what I'm teaching my kids? It's a different thing. It's not the same thing.
How is it different? You're moving for a better situation that could be worse or better, right?
I vetted my process. I'm a
How
grown
you know
man.
How do you know they don't?
They're grown. They're grown.
They're 18 and 19
They're
years
grown.
old.
So, all right.
This
So here's
is
the problem. Here's the problem.
They are grown.
They may not mentally they may not be as mentally mature, but they do have guidance. They do have people in place who talk to. You know what I'm saying? Because coaches do talk to and give advice. They have counselors that they talk to and give advice. They have mentors, personal mentors and stuff. They have churches they can talk to. They have all this stuff.
Every student doesn't have that, bro.
Okay, those are examples of things that they have, that people have. You're saying this like, okay.
You're saying that like every kid is gonna go and land in a great situation, and it's not.
I'm not saying we literally said
probably 20% of those kids that are in the transfer portal are probably gonna have success. The other 80% are not.
Okay, that's the
and we've seen that.
They have to live with their decisions.
Does everybody who leave a job? And the reason why I keep bringing this up because to put it, because not everybody plays football or has played football. Everybody has worked, for the most part, has worked a job. Whether you started off working at McDonald's or Burger King or Chuck E. Cheese or doing whatever, you worked a job and moved on to a different job because it was a better opportunity. Or at least you thought it was a better opportunity.
Yeah, sometimes it's not, and you gotta live with that.
Let me ask you a question. So if I was to go to Chuck E. Cheese whenever I was 18 and say, hey, I don't like Chuck, I'm gonna go to McDonald's. That's not gonna affect me 20 years from now.
Okay, so if
that's not gonna affect me 20 years from now.
Okay, let me ask you this, Daniel. If you were going to school at you went to Louisiana.
You're talking about yes.
You went to Louisiana College. Okay,
yes, I did.
If you went to Louisiana College and you're like, you know what, I think I want to go to Southeastern, and you decided to just switch schools and transfer.
I thought about it. I thought about going to UL. I thought about after my first semester. I'm glad I didn't.
Okay. Good for you.
I'm glad I didn't.
Okay, good for you. But if you didn't play
football,
also,
but
hold on. Can you let me talk, bro?
I mean, I'm just doing the same thing you do to me. But go ahead.
If you decided to switch schools, would that not affect your future for 40 years?
100%.
Okay, so you thought about doing it. You were about to do it. So why can't they do it? Just because you didn't do it, they can't do it?
I never said that they can't do it. I don't think it's a good decision.
Why? Because you didn't do it, it's not a good decision?
No, because I've had friends when I was in college that transferred and they dropped out. They went to bad situations.
Okay.
I had probably one friend that it worked out for.
Okay, that's the decision that they got to make. They made their decisions. They have to live with that, bro. You can't sit up there and tell people that they can't have that choice to make. If they want to make that decision, it's their choice to make. You can't take that choice away from
what you're doing is anecdotal. So you're talking about a specific set for a specific experience. In general, people allow or have the opportunity. Players have the opportunity to make a choice, good or bad, and sometimes it works out for them, sometimes it doesn't. But that's the risk.
They sign contracts. They sign contracts every semester.
Yeah, it's a year-by-year contract. So
okay,
contract is up, they can leave.
So if a new coach comes in, they can take that scholarship and stuff away from them, right? Because we've seen that happen.
You're right. That can happen. I don't agree with that also.
Okay, but they have a choice. It's a choice though, right?
So they
made that choice. If they made that choice to go to, because I take this outside of LSU. Let's say they made the choice to go to Tulane, right?
Mm-hmm.
Willie Fritz decides to take a job at Georgia Tech. With this hypothetical, he decides to take a job at Georgia Tech. Are you now nuts coach come in and take, say, you're not as good as I thought you was and pulls your scholarship? Should you have to stick at that school because that's the choice you made?
No, they pull your scholarship.
Okay, new coach comes in, changes the scheme. Now you don't necessarily fit the scheme, but they want you to stay there. Should you stay there at that school?
No, you shouldn't. You don't have to.
All right. You're from out of town. Somebody in your family gets sick. You can move to a school that's closer. Should you be forced to stay at that school?
Special situation. No, you shouldn't have.
Okay. Now, these are all reasons why people transfer.
Right. And those are good reasons. I'm talking about, but listen to me. I said, for example, the kid who's not getting playing time, the kid who's throwing a temper tantrum because he hasn't gotten a chance. You're a freshman, bro. You have give it some time.
How many of those situations are people in the transfer portal?
You got all conference players transferring.
You literally got Makai.
I know that.
So did he go to a better situation? Did he go to a better?
How is that crazy?
He did, bro.
If they feel like they can play at a better level, let them play at a better level.
All right. Lindsey Scott. Lindsey Scott, who we're gonna talk about a little bit later, has transferred several times and is now making himself a lot more marketable.
Let me ask you this: how many of those temper tantrum throwing freshmen are actually the people in the portal, or are you just making one example? Everybody in the portal.
And how many of those? Well, why do you think most of those kids are transferring?
You making it seem like all of them are freshmen. Some of them have been there 3 years and haven't played.
Some of them has. I'm talking about in general. I said 18 and 19-year-olds. Normally, 18 and 19-year-olds are freshmen.
But that's not everyone in the portal, though.
I'm looking at this thing here. I'm looking at this.
That's not everyone in the portal.
I never said everyone in the portal. I said freshmen, 18, 19-year-olds. You're throwing a temper tantrum because you haven't played yet.
So you're.
So how many of those people in the portal are those?
I don't know.
About? So you said everybody else could transfer except for freshmen. That's what you're saying.
That's special situations, man.
So if you're a freshman, you can't transfer. Everybody else.
I never said that. I said
That's
special situation. I said special situation.
Unless it's a special situation, if you're a freshman, stick around and deal with it.
If you're transferring because of playing time, you shouldn't. If you're a freshman, you shouldn't.
Even if you see that you're not going to be able to play in the next 3 years, you should just stay there anyway.
How do you know that?
Injuries happen. You could be the 5th on the depth chart, and they could be bringing in more people next year who you look at and say, "Oh, that guy's better than me." It's not that hard, bro.
You don't know that.
Okay, Dan.
But you know that people that most people are transferring because of playing time.
Okay.
Right. I'm asking. No.
Yeah, I mean, look, let's go. Let's move on. This is a no. We just arguing right now for what?
I hate that you do that. Every time. You get in the transfer portal with your feelings and you pack up and leave the conversation.
What do you want me to say? If you're 18, 19 years old and you're transferring for playing time, I think that is wrong. Build some tough skin. Stick it out. See it through. In 2 years from now, you could possibly play.
Okay, let me ask.
Your situation could change.
Here's okay.
Yeah.
I say this
because I've been there. I've done that.
That's you. Congratulations.
Yeah, everyone is not you, Daniel.
And I'll say this.
Well, that's what's wrong with a lot of these people today. They quit.
The most valuable thing that you have that cannot be replaced is time. If you're telling somebody they'll take 2 years of their time and throw it away because you may see
they're soft.
Because they're soft and you may see a better situation. That's does that not seem like selfish?
No, it's not selfish, bro. What happens? No, what happens to seeing things through? What happens to waiting? What happened? Hold on. But what happened to delayed gratification? What happened to work now and then you can reap the rewards later? All you're doing is teaching kids, hey, if you don't like your situation right now, don't worry about changing the situation.
All right, so
when you jump to something else.
Whenever you have a rough time at your job, you don't quit. Go find another job. So you've never quit a job. You've never quit a job.
Bro, you know how long it took me to transfer jobs? It took me 3 years because I saw my situation through. But I didn't quit my first semester.
But you quit.
Yeah.
You said your first semester. We talking about job. So it's a semester job. I'm saying in school, anything. I didn't just quit. I didn't like my situation.
But you never change jobs. Next time you have you into it with your job, you're a boss at your job. Don't go look for another job. Don't do none of that. Stick it out for them 3 years, and then you go look for another job.
I've done that.
Every time.
I've done that.
Hey, Daniel, I just want to say you lying because you got the I'm lying face on.
Okay.
I want you to know that. All right.
Okay.
So, we talked about needs. We talked about cornerback. Possibly is somebody we talked to and saw at the Alabama game. Taviano has announced he set a commitment date December 15th at noon. He will be announcing his school of choice. His top 4 were, I know LSU. I want to say Alabama.
Yeah, Texas on there.
I mean LSU, Texas,
A&M.
Texas A&M. Who else?
Alabama.
Yeah. So, how y'all feel about that?
He's LSU.
I keep telling folks that. I just
want my credit.
I keep telling folks that no, when was it? November 5th? November, what was the date?
November 5th.
Yeah, that he got flipped by the master recruiter himself.
Pause.
Yeah, that's word.
Yeah.
He flipped this commitment. I don't know what he was committed to before.
Y'all can give my flowers later.
Aunt whispered in his ear, "Hey, Taviano."
I didn't know. I didn't do all that shit.
Come to LSU.
No, I didn't do no whispering.
Come holler at your boys.
It wasn't nothing like that. Nah. Real recognize real.
I'm just playing.
Real recognize real.
But nah, man, I hope we get him in. Not only that, did y'all see? Well, let me stop. I don't want to. I don't want to keep. I'm trying to learn. You know
No,
what I'm
go
saying?
ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, did y'all see Desmond Ricks throw up the L?
You talking
On
about
the, on
what
his
he
family
came?
visit.
He
Yeah.
came out and said that it had nothing to do with LSU. That was something between him and his trainer.
Sure.
So I'm just. I mean, you can call the man a lie. I'm not gonna call the man a lie. I'm just gonna take the man at his words and say,
Yeah.
As
He
an
came up
LSU fan, I would like to think that he was throwing up the L.
because he's saying, well, if you listen, if I'm not mistaken, if you listen to it, and maybe it's one of those
that's
things.
the trainer, the man who said LSU.
Okay, because I often say because it might
I
be.
thought I heard him say Tigers.
I didn't know if it was like that. You know what I'm saying? Blue dress,
something
white
like
dress,
that.
green
Yeah.
dress.
Somebody
situation.
said LSU, but I don't think
Yeah,
it
something
was.
like that.
I don't think it was Ricks. But yeah,
Hey, we get Taviano and Ricks. That'd be a nice haul, bro.
no comment.
That'd be a nice haul.
We won't need somebody else if we get them to. But I just leave it at that.
Harris,
You said it, not me.
why can't you get all three? What would be the issue if you got all three?
There's not all three gonna come most likely because
Hey,
all three might not play. And,
the comment tripping also Avatar Whale, the transfer portal. They say Spider-Man, the transfer portal way home.
That dude's stupid. He coming up with movie titles.
Age of transfer portal.
That's funny.
Thanos, you couldn't deal with your own failures. And where did you bring the transfer portal? Wow.
That's funny.
That dude crazy, man.
Well, hey.
Yeah, we'll see, man. I'd rather the two high school kids than taking my chance with Harris and running one of them off. But that's just me.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
We got I can't wait for the guys who do sign on the 21st. It's gonna be very, very interesting. Now let's get to this historic game. Army Navy game. Army Navy game.
We ain't gotta talk about this, man.
Yes, we do. We definitely do. It's our patriotic duty.
For sure.
This game is played every year, right? You know what I'm saying? The day of the Heisman, last game of the season. It's got the spotlight to itself. And like I said, Thursday, wing T versus wing T. You got what's this power eye? You know what I'm saying? Ain't need no toss dive, just fullbacks and tight ends, everybody line up tight, nobody outside the hash marks. And I don't know why, but this game always interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at the box score, and they really have 11 passes the entire game?
You didn't watch the game, did you, Daniel?
I told you I wasn't watching the game. I wasn't lying.
You un-American.
I don't care what y'all say. I wasn't watching that.
You're gonna get audited. It's your fault.
You talk to my CPA.
If you don't like America, just say that.
I love America. Me not watching the Navy Army game.
Hold on. Go back to where you came from.
Alexandra. Bro, like for real, 11 passes the entire game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, it was listen,
glad you guys enjoyed that game. Yeah.
It was dope, man.
I didn't enjoy it because you fucking jinxed Navy and cost them the damn game.
My bad, dog. My bad. I mean, geez.
Hey, so typically this game is the under hits most. Ooh, what a catch!
Hey, man, the under was 32, bro. That wasn't happening in this, bro.
It was literally the score before they
overtime.
Yeah, it took them 2 overtimes to
yeah.
But yeah, the score was it was 10-7.
It was
10-7 going into the fourth.
That's crazy.
10-10. And the only touchdown Army had was off the damn block.
Rail said that's real football. That's what he used to play inside the tackle box.
Mm-hmm. They ain't have no face mask.
Hey, you ain't gonna be talking about my daddy. What you ain't gonna do?
Hey, my bad.
Hey,
It just
not
came
real.
out.
Not real. See, and you don't want to be talking something, leave him alone. All right, I'm just saying. All right.
I'm just saying, man. Like people don't play football like
All
that.
right.
No
Chuck
more,
said
man.
Navy's head football coach Ken
Yeah.
is not returning after 15 seasons. He is a good coach, which he should be at an institution where he can truly recruit. And he is a very good coach. He had that
He should go coach in the Big Ten.
he had that 14, 15 year streak.
He was for a long time. And then he even had, when they had Malcolm Perry and guys like that, they actually had guys NFL talent over there in Navy, which you kind of with the offense they run, you don't hear that. You know what I mean? Quarterback running 25 times a game and stuff like that. But if I'm not mistaken, they had at one point they had to delay the college football rankings, the final rankings, because Navy had a shot of making the New Year's Six game, something like that. So he did some things over there, but
Yeah.
It said, didn't he come from BYU? Ooh, that's a good
I think he
question.
did, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Hey, I respect that, Mr. Pooh.
Rev's gonna get on your head.
He said, I had face masks, but we played for keeps. So
Hey, we did too back in my day. What?
all right.
Hey, y'all can't tell me football is different than whenever y'all played the game.
It's different.
It is.
It is different.
It's a little whack.
This game, now in the whole history of this game, I think it's 100 plus years, 123, something like that. This is the first time this game went into overtime.
Yup.
Yeah, so that's just great game.
But then the first play of overtime, Navy hit him on the wheel. Then
The Army.
Yeah, I know, but ain't nobody worried about y'all. Navy got the ball on the first play, and they ran the first pass. They completed the whole game, was an overtime for a touchdown. And then the next drive, they got the ball and fumbled at the 1 yard line, man.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Thanks to you.
They waited the entire. They waited to OT to pass the ball.
No, that was passing it earlier. They just didn't complete one.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That was a beautiful pass too. He
Yeah, Les Miles running their offense.
No, they got
Les Miles would have been jealous.
Yeah. But hey, man, that was a great game though, bro. Look, y'all are sing first next year. That's all I'm gonna say.
Never.
Oh, don't say never now, because there was a long time that y'all didn't know y'all could sing.
I know, but guess what? We changed that. What's that? 6 of the last 8?
Yeah. We felt sorry for y'all.
Nah,
And then Daniel had to come around and blow this one for. Don't you ever pick Navy again for the rest of your life.
Next year I'll pick
Air Force. Air Force is your team.
Maybe they'll complete 3.
But shout out to Air Force because they got the Commanders Cup. So
yeah, they do.
Really
Air Force got the Commanders Cup. But speaking of sorry, Heisman Trophy was awarded last night. Caleb Williams won the Heisman. We talked about this again on Thursday, saying that most likely he was going to be the person who win it.
Yeah, nobody else is worthy of it. Not even him, almost.
I'm not that far.
He deserved it.
He I'm not saying he didn't deserve it, but he wasn't my favorite. But did the committee get it right?
Yeah.
I wish they would have had Hendon Hooker at least go.
Oh yeah, I'm speaking as far as Caleb getting it, but as far as who they invited, I agree. I feel like Hendon Hooker and your boy from Michigan, Corum, should have been there before Staquavius.
Yeah, yeah, he was just there. He was like a chaperone because he
knew he shouldn't have been there, man.
Yeah. So and then we had. So let me ask this. This in the notes. Well, I want to ask this. People talk about the Heisman and several people have made the statement that it should only go to people who are playing the national championship or playing in the playoffs, or your team should be top ranked, or you should be undefeated and stuff like that. What are y'all thoughts on that?
I don't agree with that at all. I mean, that's how they've been basing it for years now. I don't agree with that.
I
I
feel
think
like
it should go to the best player.
I feel like you should at least be on a winning team. Like you at least got to be like top 25 caliber. You can't be on a 7-5 team, and you know what I mean, like that. Because if you're really the best player, like your efforts would translate to wins in a sense. So I mean, like you got to at least be on a good team. But
You know what? And I get that.
I don't feel like just because you're the quarterback of the number one team, Stetson Bennett, that you automatically should go. Yeah, I don't agree with that part.
Yeah.
But like, I don't feel like if you're a quarterback on the team that finished like Mississippi State quarterback, you know what I mean? Like you got good numbers, but you finished like middle of the pack in your conference. I don't feel like you should be able to go.
Because my thing is, if you take Caleb Williams off of USC's team and put another
terrible.
quarterback there, they're not great. If you take Stetson Bennett off of Georgia's team,
they might be better.
Exactly.
Like if you swap them two, or if you swap Stetson with any other quarterback in the Heisman race,
right?
Georgia better with any other quarterback. All the
That's
other
true.
teams not as good with Stetson.
Right.
So yeah, I'm with you on that. That's why I feel like Hooker or Corum should have been over him.
Oh man, Tyreek Hill, he's on my fantasy team. Oh Lord,
this guy right here.
Yeah. But
that's hilarious.
Well, I was going to say, I think it's people get confused. People confuse the Heisman with a team award. It's like it's not a team award. It's the best individual. Now, if you like you say, your team most likely, because if you're the Heisman, your team most likely is going to be really good. But
David, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
You shouldn't have to be like top 4, a playoff or nothing like that. But you should at least be top 25 caliber. You know what I mean? Like
I agree.
I agree with that.
I agree there.
All right.
My question to y'all is the whole fingernail paint thing. Like I ain't gonna get into should he or should he not have got the Heisman because of that, but the character concern thing. Do y'all think that the Heisman, like, should character and stuff be brought into it? And if it's
a part of their creed. So
okay, so if it is a part of their creed, should he have been disqualified?
No. In my opinion, no, because I mean football is an emotional sport. You know what I'm saying? And there's I mean, like Miami coming out with the fatigues and you know what I'm saying, and him putting that on. I mean, people have verses and other things right here under their eyes and things like that. So to me, no, man, it's football. If you would hear some of the things that are said on the football field, you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. Like,
nobody said Baker didn't deserve it when he was grabbing his stuff on the sideline,
exactly,
flipping off the others. You know what I'm saying?
The crowd wasn't as loud, but people said,
yeah.
But see, because people had a problem with Johnny Manziel,
bro.
People had problems with Cam Newton. Cam Newton was one of the reasons he was not as, because they talked about when Joe Burrow
unanimous. Yeah.
He went unanimous. Cam Newton went unanimous because of the stuff, the rumors about his dad. Well, the allegations. We'll say allegations. I
like it, bro. I like that.
Like what?
I mean, I like the emotional edge that players. I like it, especially if you can back it up.
I mean, I like. I don't care.
Don't come out and do all the antics and you can't back it up.
I don't care for the painted fingernails, but other than everything else, I'm all for.
I ain't about to paint my nails, but hey.
Yeah, that's a little different for me. Right. To each his own.
To each his own. I like the message.
Yeah, you like the message.
Okay, let me not say I like the message.
I get what you're saying. You like the fact that he was trying to send a message.
Right.
Is that the worst Heisman race ever?
Yes, that I've seen in my lifetime. Yeah.
What about you, Pooh? Worst Heisman race ever?
One of, yes. If not it's probably top 2, and it ain't 2.
So about that?
I'm looking. I'm trying to see because
Mark Ingram
had a great year though.
He did have a good year.
Yeah, he won it.
Who else was in that?
I'm looking.
It was Mark Ingram, Toby Gerhardt, and Dominican Sue
and Colt McCoy.
Yeah, that was a terrible race, bro.
Shoot, no, bro. Dominican Sue had a killer year.
Yeah, so
And
That
Toby,
race
hey,
was
and Toby Gerhardt was balling that year too.
That race was terrible.
It was better than this. It was better than
now,
this one.
No, man.
The
Hell no,
01
man.
year is a year I'm looking at kind of but Eric Crouch was he was a dog. He won it. It was Eric Crouch, Rex Grossman, Ken Dorsey, and then I don't know who was in fourth place.
But Eric Crouch was killing that year though.
Yeah. But it's just like, so I'm looking back.
Mark Ingram didn't even deserve the Heisman, bro. He didn't even get the award for the best running back that year. Toby Gerhardt did.
Walker.
Well, if that's
what I'm saying. It was that they didn't give it to Gerhardt because of his team's record. But Alabama was good, so they gave it to Ingram. That was a terrible race that year.
Hold on, because if that's the case, because the year
that was a terrible race.
Who
06, yeah, that was the Troy Smith year. That was a terrible year race too.
Yeah, 06 Troy Smith, Darren McFadden, Brady Quinn.
Darren McFadden should have got it, but he didn't get it because he was a sophomore. Then the very next year, a sophomore got it, and Tim Tebow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then Adrian Peterson didn't get it, I think, in 04, 03, 04, because he was a freshman.
Mm-hmm. But he had Matt Leinart too.
Yeah, but still, though, he was killing.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's been now when I say terrible race, I'm just talking about
I'm talking about people overall, everyone that's in it.
And it's like nobody just blew you away.
Right.
That 06, I mean the 09 race, nobody really blew you away.
Oh no, the Dominican show.
08. No, that was what's that? 09?
09.
That is 09. I'm looking at 99. My bad. Because I was like,
09, Mark Ingram, that was nobody really blew you away, man. Mark Ingram had like 1,300 yards.
I wasn't impressed with Mark Ingram. I was impressed with Gerhardt. I was impressed with Sue. And who was the fourth person also?
Colt
McCoy.
Man, he ain't do nothing that year, man. He was just
it was a career. Team. Yeah, it was a career.
He was on a good team, man.
If I'm not mistaken, he won all the quarterback awards that year.
Yeah, because he was on a good team. That year they lost to Alabama in the national championship and he got hurt. That's what I'm saying. It's one of them things where you just
Colt McCoy balled that year.
Man, go look at them numbers again, bro.
But what are we comparing them to? Are we comparing them to now or
no? I mean, even at the time, he wasn't putting up numbers like Vince Young or Matt Leinart or people like that at the time. He was just on a good team.
I'm pulling it up now. 2009, Colt McCoy. He was 332 470 for 70%, 3,521 passing yards, 27 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. I mean, that ain't a bad year.
How many? Yeah, it's not bad. It's not excellent either.
It's not excellent.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't nothing
rushing yards
stood away like, oh my God.
Rushing yards?
Like that.
Yeah.
Rushing yards. He had 348 rushing yards. His 08 season was a good lot better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was a good year, but it wasn't career. But career achievement isn't what the Heisman Trophy is.
Which is the only reason why Stetson should have been there.
That's my point. 09 was a terrible race if you really look at it for that year.
Yeah, y'all see what I got to deal with. He said, Rail said this year should have been skipped. They should have skipped the Heisman.
They could have just.
I agree.
They could have just gave it to Reggie Bush and gave him one back.
Bro.
I really do think I said it and I understand why, but Hendon Hooker, man. Hendon Hooker.
He should have been there. He should at least been there, bro.
He should at least been there.
I agree.
But speaking of ball or not, Lindsey Scott. Record breaking. He now owns the NCAA record for hold on.
Total touchdowns.
Ooh,
bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Yeah, he had a phenomenal game this past Friday night against Sacramento State. Led them on a last minute touchdown drive to seal the win. And
beautiful pass.
Yeah, that throw, over the shoulder, man. That was so beautiful.
And they will now be going. Their prize for beating Sacramento State. They will now be headed to
the Fargo Dome
to take on North Dakota State.
Yeah, and is that for the national championship, right?
No, it's not. Championship on the line. Okay. Yeah,
semis. This is semis.
But yeah, man, that kid right there just broke Joe Burrow and Bailey Zappi record for total touchdowns in the season with 68. They had 65, he now has 68. And with one more, he has 59 passing touchdowns on the season. One more, and he'll have 60, and he'll join Zappi and Joe Burrow as the only quarterbacks with 60 passing touchdowns in the season.
Did he
Kid
come
is
in?
having a phenomenal season, man.
Did he also come in with Miles
2016.
Brennan?
Came in 2016, yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Kid bounced around. He went to LSU. He went to East Mississippi. Then he went to Missouri. Transferred to Nichols. Now he's at the corner word. Took over for Cam Ward, who went to Washington State, who was last year's quarterback in the corner word. And he kind of took the offense to another level a little bit. Man, honestly,
the kid is a winner, bro.
I got DK said, does he go to the league as a running back? Does he go to the league as a quarterback?
Right.
I mean, if you look at the numbers he's putting up, I know he kind of short in size and stuff like that, but I think he gets drafted, later rounds, and somebody takes a flyer on him as a quarterback. And if he doesn't work out, I think XFL or one of them leagues like that, he goes and kills it, and he goes to the Taylor Heineke route or the PJ Walker route, and goes that way first, and then works his way up.
All right, two things from the chat. Chuck said, I remember when his father, Lindsey Sr., played football at Southern. And then David Pelt says he actually went LSU to Mizzou, then East Mississippi, then Nichols and Word.
I thought he went LSU to East Mississippi because that was before the transfer portal when you had to go down.
That's what I thought too, but I had to look it up. Give me 1 second. Now I can have that. Yeah, he did. He went to LSU, East Mississippi, then Missouri.
That's what I thought because of the
Nichols,
before the transfer portal, you had to transfer down. So
yeah. But yeah, man. Yeah, great kid, man, and we'll talk about him a little bit later too.
Making the most of the transfer portal.
Right. He did 5 times. He did.
No, he didn't transfer portal 5 times.
4 times.
No, because he went down and back up. So it's probably only twice, actually. From 2 Nichols and then 2 in corner word. So
yeah. Hey, not taking anything away from this guy. Great career, man.
Yeah. Matt McMahon making himself known. Had a game in Atlanta. I think it was in Atlanta. They played.
It was some kind of tournament.
It was at Atlanta because it was at State Farm Arena. They played Wake Forest. Got down early, They were down 19 at one point. Then started making a run. And ended up winning the game by 72-70. KJ Williams.
Shout out to that boy, man.
Buckets.
He got his 30th career double, and this was probably one of the, if not the one of the most impressive by going. I'm gonna pull up the official, but I think he had like 35 points.
Yeah, the boy went off, man. Hey, while you looking that up, I just want to say, fellas, we got ourselves a coach, man.
Yep.
Not even just as far as the X's and O's and stuff like that, but knowing when to call timeouts, when to let his team play through the run, you know what I mean? Stuff, just the small stuff like that, man. He seems
damn, David, we gonna get there.
Hey, I told you, bro.
That dude, there, boy.
He said Zion for MVP. We know. We
gonna get there, bro.
I promise you.
Oh, we talking about the Pelicans, my boy. You best believe, and you better stick around too, because I got something for you, Nick. But yeah, but Coach McMahon just really in tune with the team, man. He know when to let them play through, whenever they need to have, when they need to sit down and get talked to. So I think if you combine that with his X's and O's, I think we got the right guy, man.
KJ Williams, 37 minutes. He was 14 of 21 from the field, 7 of 9 for 3-point range. He missed. Get this, he missed 2 free throws, or he would have been 37 minutes, 37 points. But he had 35 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 3 fouls, and 2 turnovers. What a game!
I like
it.
Been
balling, man.
What a game!
What been balling?
Well, we're 8-1 right now, 9-1 right now.
8-1.
8-1. I love it.
81 on the season. 81 on the season. They got North Carolina Central on the 13th, and that will be on SEC Network.
As long as we don't play Grambling, we good.
Graham,
laughing. You laughing.
I know.
You don't.
They
Graham
balling.
ain't got it. Yeah,
they slaying all the Giants right now, bro.
Right.
yeah.
They balling.
People starting to call and take me off your schedule.
Yeah, for real. I think we got a COVID outbreak, man. We ain't gonna be able to play that game.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say this: it's barring anything from NCAA coming down. What's y'all expectations for the basketball team this year?
Make the tournament. I think they can make the tournament.
Do we surpass Will Wade?
I'm not gonna say that I expect them to make the tournament.
Do we surpass Will Wade's tournament career record?
No,
Which is
not
what?
this year.
1 win.
He got to win.
He got. Oh, no, he don't. Yes, he do. He do got 1 win.
He got to win.
St. Bonaventure.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah.
Did we have a team make the Sweet 16?
He was suspended that year.
He wasn't there.
Tony Benford.
Down going to his record.
No, Tony Benford gets those tournament wins.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's a lot to ask to say that they make the tournament whenever they get to SEC play. I think we're gonna see them come back to down to earth a little bit. But they're a scrappy team, so they're gonna win some games they probably shouldn't, and then they're gonna lose some games they probably shouldn't because they're kind of young too.
You'll find out real quick. Arkansas coming in a couple weeks.
We didn't have BI and Herb. Don't do this right now, bro.
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
We getting there. We almost there.
My bad.
Don't take the bait. My
bad.
But what I was gonna say,
I'm ready like you, man. I'm ready like you, though.
Looking at the rest of the SEC, Alabama is better than I thought they were. They were not. I thought they were down. Yeah, they good. They've beaten
Arkansas good too.
Bama is the first team since like North Carolina in the 50s to take down 2 back-to-back. I mean, 2 number ones before January.
Yeah, they've been balling, man.
So
they got some guards over there. Nado's the coach.
Yeah, he's a good coach. Very good coach. And they got down to Houston in that game as well. They came out of halftime. Houston went on like a 12-0 run. And Bama just weathered the storm and started chipping away. So yeah, I'm not as big on Kentucky this year as I have been in most years either.
You stopped the sheep way. You stopped them pretty much.
Yeah.
But that's a big task. That's a big man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, we all know Kentucky is a football school anyway, so.
Not this year. They lost to Vanderbilt.
They did.
Vanderbilt was really good though. Somebody told y'all.
You did. You told us that, Pooh.
They should have been. They got robbed. They should have been.
Give me your props. You told us that.
They should have been bowl eligible.
Trash.
All right, now number 1 seed in the West.
You heard that, Nick?
Oh,
you heard that, Nick?
Back-to-back wins over
who? Over who?
Over the Suns, Phoenix Suns.
Oh, you heard that, Nick?
And somebody called. I saw earlier today. Somebody said Chris Kardashian West having a bad weekend. I mean, Chris Kardashian Paul. My bad.
That's what happened. We come to Nola, man.
Look, and I was lucky enough. Shout out to Jay. Jerry had some good tickets to the game. It was awesome.
I want to go back. Alec Boy did say great win for LSU basketball. He said that earlier. Yeah, it was a great win. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But no, the environment was electric, bro. And Zion, dog.
Don't you? Yeah, y'all remember all the fat jokes y'all had?
You're right.
I still got them.
Yeah.
Hey, I still
appreciate
keep the same energy, baby.
I do.
Bro, he still look like a big 8th grader. That's all I was saying.
Well, you look like a big 6th grader, so ain't no difference.
Hey, he the way he be like he get the walking, like after he did the windmill dunk and he just walking, it's just
bro. Don't he not?
It trips me out, man.
Right. Like a big
great win for him.
I do this,
but it's not without it was not without controversy.
We'll have more later.
You want
You
to
can
say
talk
it?
about. You can talk about it a little bit. Just don't go too deep.
All right. The dunk at the end of the game. They was, you know what I'm saying, Suns were really mad about it.
And
They'll be
all right.
Chris Paul was. Look.
He'll be all right. It'll be all right. It's an unwritten rule thing, but my thing is, I get the unwritten rule part because I feel that way to a certain extent. But there's some extenuating circumstances that could change whether or not them unwritten rules need to be followed. And stay tuned for more, and I'll explain that to you. But yeah,
right. But is this now a rivalry? Because this is
trying to make it be, but they don't want those. They don't want that smoke, bro. They don't want that smoke.
I like it.
Jason Brumfield says the Suns deserve all that.
They do, and I'll explain it to you later. But yeah, they don't want that, man. They trying to make it a rivalry though, and I like it. I mean, if you look at it, there's some, our coach came from the Suns, Willie Green. He was hired from the Suns. Monty Williams used to coach for the Pelicans.
Yeah.
So, and then you got Chris Paul, who we tried to get to come back to New Orleans after his first year in Phoenix. He decided to stay there. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a little bit of, and then you had the playoff series last year with some chippiness, and stuff like that. So it's some little tensions there and stuff like that. But I ain't gonna say rivalry just yet. You know what I mean? But
it's a lot of correlation between the two teams right now.
Boy, you talking we're gonna see. Yeah, they got that little win last year without our best player, so they feel like that it can't be a rivalry.
Big Tom says no, LOL. They gotta actually win in the playoffs for a rivalry. Yeah, nah.
Yeah. Y'all was number 1 seed. We took y'all to 6 games without our best player. We'll see y'all this year, bro.
And look, what's more impressive, how we beat the Suns without Brandon Ingram also.
I mean, we didn't have Brandon Ingram both games. Y'all had Booker for the first game. I don't want to hear that he was hurt still. If you on the court, I don't want to hear that. He got locked up by Dyson Daniels.
He did.
He got locked up by Dyson Daniels. Didn't even want to play the next game. So y'all today, y'all didn't have Booker Cam. We didn't have B.I. and her, and we still beat y'all, dog. Stop all that, man.
Andrew Martin
take the L and get out of New Orleans.
No one was running up on Zion in that post game skirmish.
They know better. They all talk, man.
Nobody want to rumble with the fat guy.
They all talk, and don't nobody want to run up on Bi. Don't nobody want to run up on Bi or Najee. He ain't fat, boy.
Hey, Jose. Hey, Jose, that dude.
The boy ain't fat, man. You actually see that he's not fat.
Yeah, I know he ain't fat. He ain't fat.
He healthy though. He healthy.
He got some size on him, but he ain't fat. He just, man, I don't know what he just made in the lab, bro.
Boy, look like a tight end.
Real talk, D end.
All right.
Hey, Pooh Petty, I just know what he's saying. In your head, I just know you said something crazy.
Can Zion be the face of the NBA?
Yes.
Yep. Y'all say he can?
Yep.
Okay.
Just wait till next year after we go win this chip this year. He'll be everywhere.
Oh wow. Okay.
Gotcha.
I want all the smoke, baby.
All right.
All right, here comes a part of the show that I actually am excited about. And Andrew kind of said this earlier.
What we got? World Cup.
World Cup, baby.
Let's go.
Weekend rundown. KJ Williams is a bad man. Pels on the Suns, and France had to remind England it's. Hold on, let me go back, and I'll let you get back to that. He said, and France had to remind England it's never coming home. But
the only thing the Suns gonna be the face of is the Kardashian show. You got 2 players who can't leave them alone.
Hold on, let me get to it. Boy.
Nick, I want all this smoke. You better stick around, boy. That's all I got to say.
Here we go. World Cup, because I want to bring this up. Man, listen.
Shout out to Morocco, man.
That boy said RP for David.
That boy said 2 players that we know of.
Hey, Ben Simmons he ain't on them team,
but you got Chris Paul who was with Kim, and then you got Devin Booker who was with one of them. The Phoenix Kardashians. That's why y'all ain't never gonna win nothing. Had a 2-0 lead and then blew it. Like the Kardashians. Never mind. Be quiet.
Oh boy. But the quarter round of 16. Well, we know quarterfinals was this week, and it was litty.
Wow, dog. It was
Wow.
wild.
Netherlands came in not having lost a game in like 18 months, a year and a half, and they lost on penalty kicks to Argentina.
Shout out to the GOAT.
Croatia and Brazil. Brazil was the favorite, the number 1 seed, and lost to Croatia 4-2 in penalty kicks.
They gave up the game, like the game time goal with like 3 minutes left in the game, something like that.
Speaking of that, going back to that Argentina Netherlands game, the Netherlands tied the game up in the 11th minute of extra time. So that's like, I mean, that's crazy. Same with England, France. France just poured it on. I mean, they ain't poured it on, but they
poured it on. Shout out to my dog Killian
Mbappe.
Mbappe.
He didn't even score, but yeah,
he had a couple of assists though.
Yeah, Morocco, the first African nation to make it to the semis. Well, technically it's the second. Well, I guess we'll get there in a second.
Yeah.
Morocco
depends on how you define African nation.
Yeah, Morocco beat Portugal, which was Cristiano Ronaldo left crying. That might be his. One thing we got to look at too. This might be the last World Cup that we see. Ronaldo, Messi as well.
Neymar too.
Neymar. Yeah. So, yeah. But the semi set up as Argentina versus Croatia and France versus Morocco. I said that this will be the first time African nation has made it to the semis, but France won it all in 2018. France's team is made up of primarily African immigrants.
Yeah, like my boy Kylian Mbappe, Paul Pogba, and a few other ones.
Yeah, so
what you laughing at, man?
Nah, it's just funny how you say his name.
That's the man's name, bro.
Yeah.
Mbappe.
What's that song with Daddy Yankee?
Oh, I don't know.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah. Gasoline.
Who you got winning, Pooh?
France. I think France will pull it off. France gonna finish it off. Mbappe gonna get the golden boot.
We're gonna send him some gear.
Yeah, we're gonna send him to him. Loud around shirt so he can tell. We're gonna send it to him in French.
So how you say that in French? Daniel?
How you say it in French?
Oh, don't challenge.
Well, Google Translate.
I like that. Hey, I like that.
It's Fort et faux.
Fort et faux.
Whatever you just said.
Fort et faux.
Fort et faux.
Fort et faux.
Fort et faux.
Like, you know how y'all be saying, you know how you have faux fur, and but people be saying fox. It's not fox, it's faux.
Faux.
Fort et faux.
Fort et faux.
Faux for faux.
Let me
like
get
a faux for faux.
Let me see if I can translate so you can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it if I do it. Hold on, let me see.
Tua is trash.
Faux for faux.
We'll do that. We'll say it like that. 4. So that's all right. We know we speak French over here down in Dillon. Bon nuit.
That boy. He said what? Bon nuit.
Bon nuit. I mean good night.
Oh, okay. I like that.
I know nothing about French.
You eat French fries. What? You eat French toast? Oui.
Hey, French bread.
Yeah, you eat French bread.
All
right, dude. All right, you acting up now. All right. What else we got? We got something else on here. that we was talking about. Celebrity boxing. This past weekend,
what's up with
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man, bro?
Pac-Man went into the ring with I've heard the guy's name before. I just don't remember where I know him from.
Pac-Man got beat like he stole something.
Listen, Pac-Man
Bobby
went in there.
Lane.
Bobby Lane. He went in there like, you know what I'm saying, with the technique, and he got hit one time, and he was in the club. He was just swinging and all kind of wild. He was getting uppercut. He was getting.
That boy got hit one time and he went straight back to a hood fight.
Hey, listen.
He was running.
He wasn't running. He was stumbling. He was trying to survive. He got hit and basically fell into the ropes and bounced off the ropes and was like, "Who pushed me?"
He said, "Help!" Oh man, that was funny. Hey, people gonna learn though. Hey, getting in the real fight, not even the real fight, trying to challenge somebody that's a boxer and that's been practicing this 10 plus 15 years. It ain't gonna happen, bro.
Not just that. Didn't Le'Veon Bell just knock out Adrian?
AP. Yeah, he did.
Listen, one thing about this. Go ahead.
Darren Williams knocked somebody out too.
Yeah, he did.
Basketball player.
Yeah. We all know about Nate. What's my guy? The short guy, Nate
Robinson.
Nate Robinson.
Yeah, that was like the first one. Yeah.
Is celebrity boxing overtaking pro boxing though?
Yes. It's killing the sport of boxing.
I hate it. I completely hate it.
It's killing the sport of boxing, dog, because for one, you got these Jake Paul guys who come in, and it's not a fault to him at all, you know what I mean? But he started with these little gimmicky fights, you know what I mean? Yeah. And now you got everybody wanting to come get a payday and stuff like that, and they feel like they could train for 6 months and actually be a fighter. And folks who've been training their whole life aren't getting opportunities that they really need, that they should be getting, you know what I mean, to get some of these big name fights and stuff like that. You got guys who aren't fighting other pros and they taking a fight with a celebrity or whatever for the money, and it's not actually helping the sport of boxing. It's not helping the sport of boxing grow, nothing like that, because it's all gimmicky, man.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question though. So you're saying that it's not helping the sport of boxing?
It's not.
I think there could be interest there. You still could possibly have some kids that watch it, that probably wouldn't watch it before. I'm just saying.
Boxing is like beer.
Okay.
But that's the thing, though.
It's an acquired taste.
But just because kids were watching it doesn't mean that's good for the sport. You're turning the sport into a gimmick, bro.
I get that. I get it. The fact that Anderson Silva is getting in the fight with Jake Paul is disrespectful to the sport.
Crazy, bro.
No. But see, the difference with that, Anderson Silva was a boxer before.
Yeah, he was actually a boxer. Yeah, he was a kickboxer and stuff like that. That ain't even the one. It's this kind of stuff right here. It's this kind of stuff. It's this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It's the Adrian Petersons and stuff like that. That's the type of stuff, bro. But another thing that's not killing boxing single-handedly by any means. Another thing killing boxing is there's too many federations and there's too many people who got belts. So everybody feel like they the champ and they can dictate the rules. And I want 60% of the money to fight you, but he wants 60% of the money too, because he got a belt too. So it ain't like the UFC was one belt and everybody got to fight. You know what I mean? For one belt, everybody got a belt in boxing.
Yeah, it's Chad Ochocinco is another one. He fought a guy that was like, he was a 0-4 boxer or something like that. The guy wasn't good. And it was like a 4-round fight. And Ochocinco said he wanted one time in his career just fight in a fight, like a professional fight. And he was hitting this guy. He was giving him, 3rd round, 4th round, and the dude caught him one good punch. Boom! Right. Ochocinco was trying to wrap up the rest of the fight.
And Ocho been training for a long time, bro.
Not like this. He got trained. He got that. He said after the match, he said, "Yeah, this ain't for everybody. I understand that." So yeah, but yeah, it was you definitely have to, since start showing some respect for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta respect it, bro. Like these dudes do
Yeah,
this
for
for
sure.
a living. Don't disrespect the game.
So, all right, we UFC. Speaking of fights, UFC. The main event and the co-main event. The co-main event with Paddy the Baddy. He won by a split decision. A split majority. I think that's how they call it, split majority decision. And then the main event, they called it a draw, a split draw, and
That was some
it wasn't even
bull.
close. It wasn't even close. The guy who was the was he the champion of the interim? I think it was an interim belt. They're fighting for the belt.
Blovicic or whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
He was getting rocked the entire fight, and I don't see how they ruled that he was even won a round or two, but
yeah.
he was getting beat. But how does this? Daniel, I know you don't necessarily, you know what I'm saying, watch UFC, but
I watch it every now and then. I ain't watched it last night though.
Yeah. How do y'all think this like affects like viewership as far as like can you trust the judges?
I don't think it changes nothing at all, bro.
I'm just gonna say that people still watch the NFL, and we see bad play calls every year.
Yeah.
I mean, every game.
Yeah,
That's true. Make a valid point.
I mean, we've seen boxing, we've seen terrible scorecards for 50, 60 years. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Yeah, Nick, yep. Tia Lopez stole his fight too.
yeah, that boy was on the side asking, was he washed? That boy said,
that.
"Do I still?" That's sad, man.
Mm-hmm.
I hope we get it back, bro. He's too young to be feeling like that. He just need a new trainer. But yeah, I think people still gonna watch, bro. It just all it does is give it an extra storyline to it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. High school championships, Louisiana, this past weekend. I heard that South Louisiana was running things. Is that did I hear that right?
I mean, what's your definition of running things?
Uh-oh.
I heard South Louisiana was gonna sweep it. That's what Chris said.
They ain't sweep nothing now. I mean, we got 3 uphill.
How many of the South got?
The rest 5.
5.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, you know, we want area code, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know. Like the 337, I know for sure they got 2 because they got 2 back to back. St. Thomas More.
Which that was I heard that was a really
That
good
was
game.
a hell of a game.
Right.
That was a hell of a game. And then New Orleans won a few. Destrehan won one. Destrehan beat Reston. Then 225 got one when St. Charles Catholic got one. So I mean, it's kind of spread out around the South, but we got 3 uphill and we got I think 5 runner-ups, 4 runner-ups, something like that.
That's good.
Okay.
So good. Come on, Central Louisiana.
I mean, I get y'all one in Manny. You know, Manny kind of
Yeah.
Central Louisiana, so
Right.
y'all can have that one. North DeSoto kind of Central, but they was run up. They lost to Lutcher. They got a freshman quarterback though. That kid gonna be special.
Hey man, shout out to Dennis Dunn. Just keep training programs around.
Yep. Dude, true. But hey, JT Curtis got him another one, man. That man has now won a state championship in 6 consecutive decades.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's
27
crazy.
state championships, man.
All right. Well, fellas, it's that time. Y'all ready?
Shout out to before we go. Shout out to Trey Holland, man. He fell short this weekend on his quest for a state championship. That's 3 straight runner-ups for him. Made it there 3 times, just fell short, but hell of a career, over 10,000 yards, over 150 rushing touchdowns. He had I think he had 50 games with over 100 yards rushing in his career. So just hell of a career, Trey Holland. Shout out to you, man, and can't wait to see you in Tiger Stadium.
For sure.
All right. Congrats, Trey. I'm looking forward to seeing him. Tiger Stadium.
I am too. We need
that boy dog, man. That boy dog, bro.
That dude, he make it look so easy.
Boy is a dog.
All right, here we go.
I'll go last because
Y'all
I
got the
got
bid. I'll
some.
go first if y'all want to go ahead. Mine gonna be real short.
All
All
right.
right.
Here you go, Dane.
All right. If Stephen A can go ahead and come to the altar, go ahead and play the video, please.
Bomani, let me direct this at Eddie Robinson Jr. for a second, the coach at Alabama State, who's been known to go at primetime Deion Sanders on a couple of occasions. He ain't swag and all of this other stuff. My brother, please, please, please chill with it. Yeah, you might not like him. Yeah, primetime Deion Sanders, personality might be an acquired taste. You are the son of the great late Eddie Robinson. 408 and 165 and 15, I think his record was. Like 17 SWAC championships. Put more than 200 plus players in professional football. More renowned, more celebrated of a coach than any coach in history. We're talking about the great Eddie Robinson Sr. I know you don't like, some of the things prime time. You went to Alabama State on an academic scholarship. You're an exceptional man. I have no doubt you'll do a good job at Alabama State. But just pump the brakes just a touch, all right? Because the fact of the matter is, what you're being known for now is your criticism of Deion Sanders, more so than you're being known for being the great man, the great men.
Stephen A. Pooh Bear always say this. You're loud and wrong, sir. Pooh Bear, can we send him a shirt? Can we send him some merch? You're loud and wrong. I don't know why you're putting Eddie Robinson Jr. on Eddie Robinson. They not related. They not kin. That's not his son. You're wrong. Once again, you're wrong about a lot of things, Stephen A. I think you're even wrong about, I ain't even going to say it. I ain't going to go political. But get it right, man. You knew better. And you can't tell me this wasn't done on purpose and this wasn't intentional. You should be ashamed of yourself, Stephen A. Shaking my head.
All right, I'm I'll go ahead and go from here. We spoke about this young man prior to, but Lindsey Scott, come to the front. Lindsey Scott Jr. Your dad can come up, Lindsey Scott Sr. Be very proud. Lindsey Scott, as we talked about, has bounced around college football and played at various levels. He played, where he came to LSU initially, then went to East Mississippi, went to Missouri, then Nichols, and now he's at Incarnate Word. This year at Incarnate Word, he has really separated himself. He put himself on a pedestal with his play. He is now a Walter Payton Award finalist. But his numbers, he's 291 of 291 completions out of 407 attempts. That's 71.5 completion percentage. He's thrown for 4,375 yards. He has 59 passing touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He has a rushing of 111 attempts, gaining 632 yards for an additional 9 touchdowns. So that is a total of 68 total touchdowns this season. Lindsey Scott, take a bow. And if that wasn't enough, he also has 1 reception for 6 yards. Hey, the man can do it all. I look forward to seeing him succeed on the next level, in any capacity, whatever he decides to do. If he decides to be a running back, hey, be the best running back. If you decide to be a wide receiver, be the best. But if you want to play quarterback, I believe you can do it. You've shown it. You've shown that you don't mind going wherever you need to go to make things happen. And congratulations to you. Best of luck against North Dakota State. And I hope to be saying your name again when you get ready to play in the championship against most likely Montana State. So best of luck.
I need the Phoenix Suns and they super fan Nick Thomas to come on down to the front. Pooh Bear, play that altar card for me if you don't mind, brother.
Phoenix has matched. That's a steal there by Alvarado. Hero. It's over. Pels.
No.
Get it done. And on the spin and the reverse, the slam by Zion. I know you didn't like it.
organization. Oh, let's move the organization. All this other kind of stuff. I get that. Let's not forget, Joe. Let's go back to Game 5 last year in the playoffs. They had this same situation. Mikal Bridges went in and dunked the basketball. I'm going to tell you the same thing I told the Phoenix Suns pregame show. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, Joe. It ain't no fun. No one was tripping when Mikal Bridges did it last year. Zion.
Yeah, you heard what my boy Antonio Daniels said. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Last year, Mikal Bridges got his little dunk at the buzzer, as y'all saw the first clip of that video I played. And the Suns loved it. Their fans loved it. But whenever Zion does it in the regular season game, not a playoff game, on top of that, all of a sudden, it's a problem. Not to mention Chris Paul, you dirty little. Y'all seen him elbow my boy Grand Theft Alvarado, and then try to play victim whenever Alvarado came and said something. This is not the first time Chris Paul has done something like that. He elbowed Alvarado the first game we played him this year. Last year he kicked him in the a spot no man should ever be kicked. And every time he does it, he plays victim. Just like tonight, he kicked his leg out on the three, got his 6-5 because of it, and then he cried to play victim whenever they kicked him out the game for a 6-5. The Suns are a bunch of whiny crybabies who are soft, and whenever it don't go their way, they cry and play victim. Y'all a bunch of front runners, and now that we got our full squad, y'all see what the business is. We done beat y'all back-to-back games now. Y'all can't beat us in the season series, and we about to run the West now. Take y'all rightful place at our feet, because we running the West.
Ooh,
that was spicy.
Ooh.
Talking about what you want him to do. What you mean what I want him to do? You don't elbow nobody.
A grown man?
Crybaby, man. Little crybaby, bro. Then he hit the man in the ribs because he knew the man been dealing with rib problems. Chris Paul is dirty, man. And that's why he ain't never won nothing. You will never win nothing, Chris Paul. MVP Zion.
MVP.
Print the shirts. Print the shirts, Pooh. MVP Zion. Print the shirts.
That's what David. There you go. Zion for MVP. Hey, we'd be remiss if we didn't say this. Get well, Mike Leach, the head coach of Mississippi State, has been taken to Jackson Hospital or the hospital in Jackson with they say personal medical issue. They didn't give any specifics on it, but get well, get better, and hoping that the Pirate comes back. Fellas, we got anything else we left out? Outside the Bucks look like Dookie Water today.
Only thing I got to say is get well soon, Brandon Ingram. We'll see you next week, Nick Thomas. Whenever we come whoop y'all again, and Zion for MVP. That's all
I got something to say too, man. I want to say shout out to the Saints for not dropping one today.
Amen, brother. They did not ruin our weekend this week.
It was amazing. But besides that, that's it.
Hey, that's
flock around and find out.
Flock around. Hey, we should put that on the shirt too.
Somebody already got that?
I think so.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Hey, appreciate that, Zay. Say go Army. Oh man, Tyler Son said he read that Coach Leach is in critical condition.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh man,
definitely.
Please, dude, get well. But other than that, go Army, beat Navy. Told y'all them little Siemens in their white suits weren't gonna do nothing.
Yeah, this dude go, bro.
Just saying, they wasn't gonna do that. I had Dylan. The funny part about it.
Don't corrupt that man. Don't corrupt that.
No, here's the funny. He came in here. He was like, "The Army playing the Navy." I said, "Yeah." I said, "I don't get it. Ain't they on the same team?"
Yes.
I said, "Yeah," but I said it's just like y'all got two different teams that y'all part, but sometimes y'all play against each other. It's like, yeah, but nah, I don't get it.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
He's like, "So who you cheering for?" I said, "The Army." Duh. He's like, "You should cheer for the Navy." I said, "But I was in the Army." He said, "Yeah, but they on the same team, so you should cheer for both of them."
But see what happened was y'all y'all had some Marines that was double
Marines,
agents. There was some
Marines
double
is
agents.
Navy.
I know they was double agents.
I ain't gonna say they get mad. We say I ain't gonna say Marines is Navy, but they play for.
Yo, David is funny, bro.
That's my dog, man. That's my dog. And just for that, bro.
Funny,
Just
bro.
for that, we're gonna put it up there for you, big dog.
Yeah.
Shout out for MVP, baby.
Bro.
Hold that L, Nick Thomas. Hold that L.
Oh,
As a matter
man.
of fact, we gave you 2, just because it's the holiday season. You know what I mean?
Oh wow! They said reading this, they said looks like a heart attack, a real bad heart attack.
Oh man.
Right, man. Hate to hear that. Man. I can't even talk noise now if you talking about people having heart attacks and stuff, man.
Yeah. Sorry. But yep. And
Yep.
we'll be back next week. Like that. Hey,
I can get with you on this.
Christmas Hollis.
I ain't get with you.
Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe on Twitter at Golden Boot. On Instagram at Golden Boot. On YouTube at The Golden Boot Pod. On Facebook at The Golden Boot Pod.